Hi, I'm Sally Smith, the Executive Director of Planning and Land Use Services at the Attorney General's Department. Thanks for having me today. I'm here to talk about our fabulous ePlanning system that we've been working on for the last 4 years. This will include our planning reform journey, why did we do it, a modern planning system isn't just a planning system, some lessons learnt, and what the future holds for us. Our journey started 8 years ago with an independent review of our system, and it revealed a number of things that needed improvement. South Australia is a large and diverse place, but we had way too many zones that were inconsistent and overcomplicating the system. Too much effort was being put into development assessment that was disproportionate to the outcome, and an average person couldn't understand the system. So in response, we established a whole new legislative framework that brought in place a new planning system that has a number of key elements. One statewide planning and design code housed in a digital e-planning solution which replaces our 72 paper-based local council development plans. An online system for all development applications to be lodged and available for public viewing in one place. Clearer and easier to understand assessment pathways and notification rules. An accredited professional scheme to ensure the right people are making the right decisions, and a community engagement charter providing greater opportunities for all citizens to influence planning policy. We had a typical planning system that was too slow, too complex and inaccessible to the general public. In developing a new system, we realised we could replace like for like, but needed to use the opportunity to leverage technology to do it. And more importantly, by creating a data repository, it would allow us to introduce for the first time smart decision making, explore evidence-based policy making and create efficiencies. Greater access to information and knowledge where citizens are more empowered, can lodge and keep track of their development applications, have a greater choice of decision makers and importantly, more knowledge of what's happening around them. Ultimately, we believe this will help citizens realise and unlock the potential of their land. So our new system is built on a foundation of digital tools that help both practitioners in the system and citizens using the system navigate their way through. And I'd like to show you a few key parts of our system now. We've been focused on making our planning system accessible to the public as well as being useful for practitioners. And this has included the development of an approval wizard which helps unlock the regulations and makes them more easily understandable and provides useful advice to the public about what forms of development need approval. So once we had unpacked the regulations, we then focused on how we could make the new planning and design code accessible and online. The planning policy exists in tables which inform the reader which policies should be included in an assessment. The system reads these tables and shows the user the specific policy, avoiding the need to read the whole planning document in order to understand what policies apply to the development. The development of a single workflow tool for all applications means that you don't need to head to the council office to lodge an application anymore. Anyone who wants to undertake development has the option of using the portal and assessment dashboard to submit applications, track those applications and access their approvals. All transactions are completed within the system. Centralising all our development assessment into a single workflow not only provides convenience to customers, but allows us to automate and maintain a single public register of all development activity across the state. This provides an invaluable resource for the community and the development industry. Our initial development of reporting has been focused on supporting our councils and ensuring that they have full visibility of the applications within the system. Our reporting capability is expanding to draw more insight from the data within our system and will be used over time to help us shape better policy. Multiple technology is required to bring this together and has been designed to present as a simple and reliable interface for our customers, but behind the scenes it relies on a complex mix of technology. These technologies have formed a foundation to allow us to expand and build a more efficient system and draw insights from development across the state. Instead of using paper-based maps to explain where zoning and planning policy applies, a digital mapping system forms the core of our new system. Leveraging this digital mapping means we can unlock the potential of spatial information to access information quicker and make better decisions. Importantly, by integrating the mapping and the planning policy, it allows us to layer important and meaningful planning policy, which for us is the zones, subzones and overlays, without the complexity of volumes of paper maps and paper planning policy. We are very proud of this Australian first and hope it provides a template for others to build on. We listened and designed the ePlanning solution with our customers, resulting in an end-to-end workflow that takes an application from the initial application right through to construction. This includes an integrated payment processing system for the state and an inspection system for our building surveyors. Be realistic in your scale of change. We took on a complete rebuild and digitisation at the same time, which was challenging for all stakeholders and for us. Co-design, co-delivery with your user community is everything. Not only does it help shape a solution which meets your stakeholders' needs, but it creates and maintains engagements throughout your project. Regular information and communication, even if you sound like a broken record, and maintaining that communication builds trust. We use proof of concepts to start small, and once you've proved that your project works, we move to refining and scaling up. Evolving the system over time has been more effective for us than trying to design a perfect solution up front. Stage deployment also worked well for us. It gave us a soft landing to refine and to scale up. Whilst big bang approaches can be impressive, they're very risky, can be stressful for your stakeholders and require significantly more people effort. Our stage deployment allowed our second round of stakeholders to learn from our first round, able to share insights, thoughts and opportunities for improvement. We also found that planners are wonderful at vision and have great ambition for change, but we need delivery experts around us to make that happen. And I've found as we move into this modern age, a modern planning department looks very different from a planning department I joined 20 years ago. Our workplace was a traditional planning department, primarily town planners with some administration, but we're now running an IT system and the responsibilities that come with that. We're also running an accreditation scheme, which we haven't done before. So now we're at more of a 60-40 split. We still need planners to assess and to make great policy, but we also need customer support, IT specialists, auditors and investigation officers, governance experts, cyber security, data analysis, procure and vendor management. And these are things that were not around when I first started in planning. We didn't have these kind of departments. So this has also meant we've had to grow as a management team and to understand these new challenges to our business and to plan for the ongoing importance for our operations going forward. So we've just been through a huge amount of change, so we're going to slow our pace for a little bit, get our customers used to the new system, get them settled in, but we are excited about what this new platform holds for us, and we've got a few things in store, which I'll run through with you now. So this doesn't mean we are stopping. We're continuing our fortnightly enhancement cycle, which is based on our user feedback. So we are currently working on a proof of concept to push out more information to users of the system, and this builds on our ambition to ensure that more people can have access to planning information, and we can do this through leveraging our technology. We also want to ensure that we are ready to support and adapt to industry trends, such as BIM, and further leveraging our 3D model in better decision making for development applications and policy making. Monitoring our system's performance is very important to us, and for the first time we know on a daily basis what's being approved and where there are blockages. Previously we only knew this through an annual report and complaints by citizens. Thanks for having me today, and I hope you've learnt something from the discussion today, and I really encourage you to check out our new planning system. Thanks.